To give the Asari credit, Illium is a cultural marvel. Humanity can learn a lot from their ingenuity.
Illium is the second planet in the Thessali system, located in the Crescent Nebula in the Milky Way. It is also one of the coolest locations, which is introduced to you following the mission on Horizon in Mass Effect 2.
Welcome to Nosastra, Commander Shepard. We've been instructed to waive all docking and administration fees for your visit. My name is Karina. If you need information about the area, it would be my pleasure to assist.
What's going on, everyone? Brock from Brock and Sindri, back again with another Mass Effect Monday.
Mass Effect
Now, of course, I'm talking about Illium this week, so we'll get stuck straight in. First of all, it's an Asari colony. The capital is called Nos Astra. We'll talk about that soon. And it was founded in the human year of 1617. The population is listed as 84.9 million in 2185, which to me, based on a couple of other things that we're going to go into, to me, it suggests that's a little bit low. If they'd have said 84.9 billion or, 800, maybe 8.49 billion, that makes sense. Some of these numbers don't add up when you think about populations, but it's a colony, it's not the main world. Maybe I'm not going to argue that too much at this point. Illium is known as a classic garden world, which was developed to serve as a kind of midway house between the Terminus systems and the Asari republics. To abet this particular trade, the normally stringent customs laws of council space on product safety, prescribed materials, and sapient trafficking were relaxed. Officially, of course, Illium is not an Asari world. It is colonized and operated by Asari corporate interests, and this gives it the same legal latitude enjoyed by the human corporate research enclaves of Noveria. Illium is one of the youngest Asari colonies, and it was settled during the 7th expansion wave. The first child born on the world is only now reaching her middle age. The world is hot and massive. Ground settlement is only possible at the higher polar latitudes. In more equatorial locations, the population is housed in arcology skyscrapers to escape the heat of the surface. What that means is, imagine just building skyscraper after skyscraper, no one down on the ground floor. If you're a Star Wars fan, picture a Coruscant. And in Mass Effect 3, Reaper forces met a surprising amount of resistance on Illium when they attacked. The leaders were paranoid about keeping their fortunes and were influential both in Terminus and Citadel space, which means they acquired a large defense fleet and had a high number of fission weapons. So in the brief space battle, used them on the Reaper's fleet troop transports rather than their near impervious capital ships, and as a result, the inevitable ground invasion had been slowed to a crawl as the Reapers manufactured more troops. Let's look at the Codex entry. It says, a regional hub of Asari commerce awash in riches, Illium is infamous for its abusive labor practices and legalization of nearly everything except murder. As such, Illium is the preferred production site for weapons and pharmaceuticals that would be illegal nearly everywhere else, made even more lucrative by legal indentured servitude. Among the biotics-related pharmaceutical producers is the Dantius Corporation, a rising star in galactic commerce. More on that later. Despite the dangers of its products, Illium is renowned for glamour, luxury, and safety provided by near-total surveillance, making it a favoured tourist destination. Countless celebrities maintain palatial estates on Illium and in its capital, Nos Astra. The sole obstacle to business on Illium is its extensive bureaucracy, tolerated only for its provision of security. Regardless of the character of its economy, Illium's self-congratulatory media exalts its own society with the provincial arrogance of new money, glorifying in sexiest CEOs and 10 richest residents lists. Classic new money behavior, coming from a guy who has neither new nor old money. Some more info. So it's obviously a commerce planet, sees many new cultures and goods due to its proximity to the terminus systems. New visitors are advised to avoid signing anything due to the world's lax legal regulations necessary in order to stay competitive with the terminus systems. As such, drugs are legal as long as they are labelled properly, and one can buy any kind of weapon, technology, or even indentured servants. At the same time, it is still an Asari world and not completely lawless, so very few Quarians do visit Illium, as it doesn't allow the migrant fleet to enter the star system. Known locales on Illium other than Nos Astra include the Manjoros Plaza and Sifos Valley, or Safos Valley. The sculled fish, which is available for purchase at Citadel Souvenirs, is actually a native to this world. So this is obviously the world where you first come across Thane Krios, the Drell assassin, and also Samara, the Asari Justicar. It is also the world where you begin the Lair of the Shadow Broker mission. It's really, really cool. And finally, you also have part of the mission, or most of the mission of Miranda the Prodigal, which is her loyalty mission. A little bit of quick trivia. Because it's an Asari colony, conceptual designs for Illium had to capture the beauty and serenity of the species. Several humorous ads for various forms of entertainment can be heard on Illium. Next to the stairs which lead up to Liara's office, rapid moving elevators can be seen. If one steps outside and looks above them at the top of the building, from time to time an elevator can be seen flying up and out of the roof. And Illium's in highlight today. I mentioned we were going to talk about Dantius Corporation. By now, if you're a fan of the game, you'll know Nasana Dantius, the dodgy business person that basically tricked you a little bit in the first game and who is killed, spoiler alert, killed in meeting Thane Krios in his recruitment mission. It's a really cool sort of throwback again to the first game and sort of ties in a few things in the world. What do you guys think of Illium? It's kind of one of those locations I always thought was really cool to be around. I like the hub sort of nature of it, but would definitely love to be able to have a game with a bit more exploration, a bit more going on, and see a bit more of this particular world. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and as usual, we'll see you next week for another Mass Effect Monday.
We were always told that Illium is one of the safest places in the galaxy, until you fell off the grid. Sign the wrong contract, join up with the wrong company, or walk down the wrong alley, and it's as dangerous as anywhere else. Don't let this place fool you. It's no safer here than Omega.
Lots of money here. Soft people who'd make good victims.
You're picking the fat and slow from the herd. Where's the fun in that?
Depends on what you're after.
They're not soft, just unconcerned. They only flaunt what they can afford to lose.
The Asari are how advanced? And this is what they do with it? Money is still power. Same old, same old.
We'd do the same if we could.
Asari building structure resembles Hive. Tall buildings filled with drones. Curious social dynamic. Many queens competing for Hive leadership. Odd feelings around Asari. Unfamiliar. Reminders of old fertility contract negotiations.
Very few Quarians ever set foot here. Illium doesn't allow the flotilla to approach beyond a certain distance. This is the greatest planet in the galaxy for those who can afford it, and they work hard to keep the Quarian fleet away.
The trade of organics is proscribed on worlds you term civilized. Yet none of you question the limited freedom EDI is allowed aboard Normandy.
The people here are asked to sacrifice their own convictions and beliefs in exchange for a soulless corporate identity. I understand that kind of life would be attractive to some people, but not to me.
I can taste hate in the air, but there's no fighting. It's like they don't want to. Is that right? Because it seems stupid. Rules and words to hide how they hide. Fighting is simple. Kill the guy aiming at you. Here, there's no way to tell. Stupid.
Corporate security, what a life. Regular breaks, regular paycheck. Still not worth it. Killing on salary's too easy. I have to work for every job I get. Makes me really look at the job. Makes me care who I'm hunting. Otherwise, it's just another name on a piece of paper.
Towers, traffic, lights, and Asari everywhere you look. I thought about living here for a while, but everybody's so tight-ass. It's all about money to these people. I do what I do for the love of it. These people do it because they don't know any better.
I spent the last 2 years here. I had a purpose, a goal. Now that I've accomplished it, something occurs to me. In all that time, I never looked at the horizon. It is spectacular.